Hey guys, it's George from GLG Homes and the GLG Realty Group. So questions come up regarding repairing a house, or if it's being flipped, finishing a house before putting it on the market. And let me just answer this real simple. You don't want to have anything that is of significance. You know, paint touch-up is one thing, but if you have anything that's of significance, a repair, finish installs, stuff you have to replace in order to sell the house, you don't want that not done before you put it on the market, because all that does for the buyer, for the buyer's agent, and for that buyer, it just breeds questions. If they go into a house, an investor I know, we were working together, and he was replacing all the windows, but they weren't doing the windows until after they'd already put it on the market. And what happened was the buyer came through, did an inspection, made note regarding the fact that the windows were due to be replaced, and then there was a delay in the window showing up, which caused a delay in the closing date because the attorneys weren't going to put everything to escrow, etc. But the point is, it created a headache. And it was simply because the seller wanted to get it on the market as quick as possible and figured, oh, I'll just replace the windows after the fact. Well, the windows did get replaced, but it was after the closing date. Still had to get an inspection sign-off because they were all considered new construction. It affected paint that had to be redone in part of the house. The buyers weren't able to move in, blah, blah, blah. It created a host of problems. Another customer of mine called me up. We were doing repairs on the house for a listing they were doing, and they wanted me to just get some stuff done so they could get it on the market as quick as possible. And I fought him on it, and I almost lost the contract because of it, because I told him that it was such a bad idea. Well, they put the house on the market anyway. We had additional repairs that still had to be done. All of that came up during the inspection, and at the end of the day, they ended up assigning credits on all of that work, losing money on the listing that they wanted because they didn't just address the issues up front, and the buyer didn't want to wait for corrections to be made, and the buyer, quite frankly, was distrusting of the fact that the corrections would be done, because they don't know me from a hole in the ground, and it resulted in them losing money on part of the sale. Now, it wasn't a huge amount. It was about a $10,000 adjustment, but still, it's 10 grand. It wasn't going to cost 10 grand in repairs. So they did lose in that respect. So anyway, hey, listen, if you like the content, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me for more. I'll catch you guys later. Welcome to 2026.